On Sunday, Twitter said that it permanently banned the personal account of the Republican US Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene. Why? Because she had tweets that were repeatedly violating the social media's misinformation policy on COVID-19. And the tweet that essentially prompted the permanent ban, it included this, according to CNN. So it was a misleading graph purporting to show deaths related to COVID-19 vaccines, which Greene claimed to have ignored, according to a person familiar with Twitter's decision. Now, prior to being banned here, Greene, in a Twitter thread, well, what she did is she discussed life before COVID and after COVID. Greene claimed that people are being forced into testing when there's nothing wrong with them. She neglected to note that the only reason someone would have to be tested if they weren't sick is that they haven't been vaccinated and want to do international travel or work as a healthcare staffer or for a large corporation mandating vaccines for those who don't have religious objections. And Greene, really, she has really been a trouble in the past when it came to her tweets, and everybody kind of knows it. And what we do know is that definitely this isn't the first time for Twitter going ahead to suspending her account. It's just the first time they've done it permanently. Because previously, what Twitter had done is issued a short-term suspension for Greene's account and for tweets about COVID that it called misleading. At least 2 other Republican members of the House have received temporary suspensions on Twitter. And Greene, of course, could not be quiet. So when she got banned this past weekend, well, she issued a statement by way of Telegram in which she explained that Twitter is an enemy to America and can't handle the truth. Adding that social media platforms can't stop the truth from being spread far and wide. Big tech can't stop the truth. Communist Democrats can't stop the truth. Yeah, it seems the truth is that Marjorie Taylor Greene just doesn't like to follow the rules. And I also find it very interesting that, with all these people who say we should have free marketplaces and let businesses do as they should, all of a sudden, Marjorie Taylor Greene doesn't want a business to actually enforce its rules and do as it should. But then again, hypocrisy kind of just seems to be the jam for these people. Jackson.
Well, actually not ironically at this point, this actually will kind of give her a bit more strength with her base. And her being banned from Twitter will actually kind of give her a little bit more fodder and a little bit more ammunition to really gather people along with her side. And as we talked about last time, even though she doesn't have any committee assignments, she still is someone who garners so much of the cultural influence among the right. And we saw, Trump hasn't been on Twitter for quite some time now. However, his popularity really has plateaued. It can't go below a certain base, and it's just in a certain area to where anytime he makes a statement on another platform, he really continues to show how much influence he has in the party. So, Twitter has guidelines and protocol that it has to follow. They can't let people, especially in higher offices of influence, say whatever they want. But this just goes to show, her saying Twitter can't handle the truth. Well, now we live in a world where the truth is whatever you want it to be. And so as that large portion of the right wing base continues to be very active in the political process, it'll continue to be, something that's much deeper than just something to laugh at.
Yeah, and you know what? One thing I definitely can tell you that I do continue to laugh at is just, again, the fact that Marjorie Taylor Greene is saying that she's being silenced. She has this incredibly huge platform. She is a member of Congress. She also still has her professional accounts. So for her to even have the nerve to say she's being silenced, it belies the facts and belies reality. But then again, that's kind of seems to be really the go-to for these individuals who want to put out this propaganda and put out these lies to keep this anti-vax movement alive, and it's not helping anyone.